Today, we'll continue our journey through the world of leadership, unveiling the layers of leadership: good, great, and exceptional. This is the 30. Hello there, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is episode 167 of the 30. This is where we embark on our enlightening journey into the world of leadership development. I am your host, Patrick. Thanks for being here. Remember to like, share, and repost this broadcast. If you're watching us for the first time, we welcome you. We make sure that you drop us a comment. Do me a huge favor. Drop us a comment in the chat and let us know, number one, where you're watching from. And if you have any questions or comments for me, please go ahead and do that. The goal of the 30 is to provide you with relevant information to help enhance your personal, professional, and spiritual lives. So we are going into continuing our conversation of leadership development. You know, that's what I love. That's what I enjoy doing, and that's what I like speaking on: leaders and leadership. So today we're going to unveil the layers of leadership. We're going to look at the good, the great, and the exceptional leader. Yesterday, we began our first day, our first week of a 10-week leadership cohort with the city of Rochester. This is our cohort number 8 with the city of Rochester. And yesterday we started off with the program, and we had a deep discussion around the area of leadership. And the question was asked of me, or to me: what makes a leader good? And is there a difference between a good leader and a great leader? So that's the question that I'm going to pose today. And that's what we'll discuss, what I call the layers of leadership. Because leadership and leaders are terms that we hear every day. We hear about this leader, that leader. We hear about leadership programs. We hear about leadership training and leadership coaching. So we hear a lot about leaders and leadership. But leadership and leaders, as you know, these are the driving force behind innovation, progress, and positive change. But what makes a leader good? What makes a leader great? And what makes a leader exceptional? What sets the leader apart from the 3 layers? What makes them go from good to great to exceptional? So we're going to explore this in a series starting tonight. So I want you to go ahead and drop your questions and comments, because I invite you to be part of this discussion. I'm excited about this discussion, really excited about it. And this is part 1. So I want you to be part of our discussion and let me know your thoughts. And as I go through the various layers, also let me know where you reside. What layer are you at? Are you a good leader? Are you a great leader? Or are you an exceptional leader? How would you consider yourself today? And then what is your goal? If you are good, do you want to become great? Do you want to be known as an exceptional leader? See, how I look at leadership and leader, see, leadership is not a position. Some people aspire to be a leader, to be in a position of leadership. But I don't look at it like that. See, leadership is about influence. It's not about position, it's not about authority, it's not about force. How I see it again is about influence. We also see good leaders, we see great leaders. I've had some great leaders, I've had some exceptional leaders, but I've also had my share of good leaders and I've had my share of not so good leaders. We've also read where leadership or leaders have abused their employees. So we've seen the gamut, right? We've seen good, not so good. But I consider the opportunity to be called a leader. For me, the opportunity to be called a leader or to be considered a leader, I look at it as a privilege because not everyone aspire to be a leader. Not everyone makes it into the ranks of leadership. So as we look at the good, the great, and exceptional leader, what I'm going to do is take my time and walk through it. And I'm going to give you what I consider as key characteristics and qualities of each. So today I'm going to start with the good leader. And then in coming episodes, we'll move into the great leader, and then we'll look to the exceptional leader. So this is leadership. This is what we do. This is what we speak of. And our goal, as I said, is to help you, to give you the information and give you the knowledge to take you from where you are to where you desire to be. So help me out. Drop your comments and your thoughts in the chat because I really want to hear from you and see where you are and tell me who do you consider as a great leader? Who do you consider as a good leader? So let's have a discussion. Let's start. So, good leaders. If we look at good leaders, so what are some of the characteristics, our traits, our qualities of good leaders? Number one, I would like to start in this area. A good leader is considered one who's an effective communicator. They have the ability to think with clarity and effectively express their ideas and thoughts and share information like what are their expectations for their team members? What are the goals of the department or the goals of the organization? So a good leader is one who can effectively communicate that to multitude or multiple audiences, not just their team, but to others. So that's one aspect or one characteristic or trait that when we look at a good leader that they demonstrate or exhibit. The second characteristic or quality that a good leader has is the ability to make good decisions. So a good leader demonstrates good decision-making skills. See, this type of leader is one who makes informed and rational decisions. In the case of leading a team or leading an organization or a department, see, a good leader, as it references to good decision-making skills, they can assess the facts, They understand the organization's current state and the desired state. And they have, through their good decision making skills, they can choose the best course of action for the organization or for the team or department. So they are good, they show good or demonstrate good decision making skills. The third trait or quality, if we were to look at it in that way, of a good leader, so they also demonstrate good active listening skills. So you may say, well, what is active listening? How do you define that? See, active listening is the process of listening to someone in a way where you focus your attention on what that person is saying, the person or persons are saying, so they feel heard and understood. As a leader, it is paramount, it's critical, it's important that you demonstrate good active listening skills, because it let the other person or persons know that what they're saying is important to you. And you have value. You show value in what that person has to say. So a good leader demonstrates good active listening skills. The next characteristic or trait or quality that a good leader has is that they're empathetic, not sympathetic, because there's a difference between being sympathetic and being empathetic. In the case of being empathetic, the good leader has the ability, or they show that they can understand the needs of others and that they're being aware of others' feelings and thoughts, how they're doing, what's going on, right? So they're being empathetic with those that they're coming in contact with, those that are on their team. That's what a good leader does. They understand the needs of others. If we look at the next step or next characteristic of a good leader, so a good leader also demonstrates a high level of integrity and honesty. I think all leaders should demonstrate that. Whether you're good or you're bad or you're great, exceptional, this is a great trait that all leaders should have. All leaders should aspire to demonstrate a level of integrity and honesty. I know in today's society, sometimes this is missing from the level of leadership. There's limited integrity and there's limited honesty, but I think this is a valuable trait. I know this is a valuable trait. For whatever layer of leadership you're in, this is a critical trait that every leader should have, because it shows that you, as the leader, that you're committed to doing the right thing, even when the right thing means it's not the easiest thing to do, or it's not the most popular thing to do. So a good leader demonstrates a high level of integrity and a high level of honesty. They act in accordance with their words. They say what they mean and mean what they say. In other words, they practice what they preach. They own up to their mistakes. If they've made a mistake, they own up to it, as opposed to hiding them, as opposed to blaming others, as opposed to blaming their teammates or making excuses. If I make that mistake, if I offend someone, if I bring offense to someone, a good leader owns up to it. They don't make any excuses. So a good leader demonstrates a level of integrity and a level of honesty. So where are you? Where are you as it relates to the layer of good leadership? Go ahead and drop me a note Drop me a comment and let me know. Where are you? So other qualities that good leaders have is that they exhibit humility. I'm not talking about false humility. I'm talking about true humility. They're also rational in their thoughts and actions. Good leaders also show a commitment to positive impact. We've seen leaders who are tremendously negative in everything that they see, everything that they say, and everything that they do. But a good leader, they make the commitment to making a positive impact in everything that they do in their respective fields, on society as a whole. They aspire to do that. They go about doing that. They're not making any excuses for it. They're making a commitment. I hear someone said, I think it was yesterday or day before that, there's a difference between a promise and a commitment. I love that. Difference between a promise and a commitment. Think about that. We've all made promises to people, but we may break that promise. But a commitment shows that there's a seriousness to it. If I'm going to commit to doing something for you, there's a seriousness to it. So as a good leader, if I make a commitment to make a positive impact, I'm not making a promise for it. I'm making a commitment. You have my word to making a positive impact in their respective fields and society as a whole. Another quality or another trait or characteristic good leaders have is that they have the capacity to adapt to change. Folks, we live in a changing world. Things change so quick. Businesses, organizations, I don't care whether you are for profit or non-for-profit. But in organizations, things change so quickly. Take technology. Technology is changing so quick. Something today is good. Blink your eyes and next week it's not so good. So as a good leader has the capacity to adapt to change. They are what we call change leaders. So where do you lie? What are some of the characteristics that you show as it relates to good leadership, as it relates to the layer of good leadership? So I told you I'm going to move to really unpack these things. This episode is about the layer of good leadership, the good leader. In upcoming episodes, we're going to expand on this. We're going to talk about move from good to great. And what does that look like? What does it mean? So who would you consider as a good leader? Let me know. Who would you consider based on what we just talked about? Some of the qualities and some of the traits that we just discussed. Who would you consider as a good leader? So some of the other things or traits that good leaders have is that they have the capacity, as I said, to change. I said they also have a level of integrity and honesty. They demonstrate great decision-making skills. They're good listeners, active listening, not passive, active listening. They demonstrate that. They're good for their organization. They have a high level of the ability to communicate it effectively to their teams. So we're talking about the importance. These are foundational skills or traits when we look at the first layer of leadership. Good leaders are also accountable. They stress the importance of being accountable. So they demonstrate a level of accountability and responsibility. As I said, they take responsibility for their own actions and outcomes. Folks, we live in a world where sometimes there's limited accountability. No one wants to own up to what they do. No one wants to hold each other accountable. We see people going down the wrong road, and we don't hold them accountable because we're focused on ourselves. We refuse to hold each other accountable. We don't even hold ourselves accountable. But a good leader, this is what a good leader does. A good leader takes accountability, responsibility for his or her own actions. They take ownership. So that's what good leaders do. In the coming weeks, or in the coming episodes, we're gonna take a deeper dive, and we're gonna explore not just this layer of good leadership, but we're gonna talk next about what great leaders do. And we're gonna take our time and go through each one because it's important. As I told you, we had a great in-depth discussion on yesterday about what's the difference between a good leader and a great leader. And as I shared with the team on yesterday, not only are we looking at the layers of leadership, good, great, and exceptional, but I also shared in terms of the various types of leaders. I shared with the group on yesterday that when I look at the types of leaders, not just the layers of leadership, but the types of leaders. See, I see two types of leaders. I see the secure and strong leader and the insecure and weak leader. So where would one of those go? Where would the secure and strong leader go? See, the secure and strong leader may go to, whether it's a good leader, they may go to the layer of good, or they may go to the leader of great, or the layer of great, or the layer of exceptional. But you want to really focus on being a great leader. One who develops people. One who helps people. One who helps their team. One who doesn't mind surrounding themselves with people that may know more than them. So whatever layer you're in, good, great, or exceptional, what I was sharing with the group on yesterday is that as a leader, you want to strive to be a strong, not strong in terms of strength and demonstrating brute force, but you want to be a secure leader, one who surrounds themselves with people that are brilliant, maybe more brilliant than them, and be okay with that. As opposed to the weak and insecure leader, the one who hides development from you, the one who puts their thumb down on you, as opposed to developing you and encouraging you. So we're going to take a deep dive. I'm excited about this series, folks. I'm truly excited about it. And I hope that you join us in this journey as we unveil the layers of leadership. So I want to thank you for being here. I truly want to thank you for being a part of this journey. Make sure you share this episode. Make sure that if you are watching from YouTube, that you not only like, but you subscribe to our channel at the Jackman Group LLC. So wherever you're watching from, make sure that you like and share this episode. You may be watching from LinkedIn or from Facebook, wherever you are watching from. Make sure that you like and share it and come back. If you like this episode, if you like what we're talking about, come back, join us again as we unveil the layers of leadership. So, folks, that's about it. Thank you for being part of this episode 167, and we look forward to the upcoming series. If you need assistance in your journey of going from the good leader to the great leader to an exceptional leader, or you simply need to enhance your leadership effectiveness, get in contact with me. See, we here at the Jackman Group, we work with leaders to enhance their leadership skills through our leadership training and our leadership coaching. So maybe you are a skilled leader, but you want to take your leadership to the next level. We'll be happy to partner with you and your team. So whether it's training or coaching, we'll be kicking off our second group coaching program. We'll be starting that shortly here. There's still some room. We have a couple of open seats. And if you want to be part of this group coaching, cohort number 2, I invite you to join us. I'm going to put the link in the chat. You can also go to our page, or you can simply email me. You can email me at info@Jackman Group LLC. That's info@Jackman Group LLC, and let me know that you would like to join the program or group coaching program. I tell you, we are so excited. The team and I are excited about the direction in terms of helping others, serving others to become more effective leaders. So whether it's training, group coaching, or whether it's one-on-one coaching. And we also offer some other services, sales training, for instance. So we have a list of services that we offer for you, our valuable clients. And we want to serve you. We want to help you. We want to assist you and your teams. So if it's not for you, maybe you have reached a point of great and exceptional. Congratulations to you. And you would like your leaders to upskill their leadership competencies. Do me a huge favor. Take the next step. Send me an email. Book some time with me so that we can talk more about where you are, where your team is, and where you would like them to be. So until next week, folks, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for being part of this journey. 3+ years and still going strong. 167 episodes in the box. So thank you. It's all because of you. When you're no longer there, we will stop. But as long as you're there, as long as you are out there and you value our content, you value what we have to say, you value our guests, we'll be here. So until next week, may God bless you and your family. Be safe, and we'll see you then. Peace.